Okay, are you familiar with the logo? I gotta admit, I wasn't. Unfortunately, it reminds me of a little of Walmart. No offense, Walmart. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the actual product. To be clear, I didn't actually invest in this product to review it. I happened to do it anyway. I thought, hey, why not review it? So it wasn't, I don't go that far for reviews, just to be clear. So what is it? It's braces for adults, I gotta say. I never had braces as a kid, although I saw some kids with braces and I thought, you poor kid. But then you also see people with like perfect teeth later and thought, that kid wasn't so poor after all. In fact, parents probably were. Yeah, I mean, braces cost a little bit of money. But yeah, I never got it. I didn't really need it that badly, but now I thought I could use a little bit of tune-up. I guess we call it a tune-up. So yeah, little plastic trays go in your mouth. Well, I'm wearing them now. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if I sound a little different, but I'm wearing them right now. It reminds me of that old Palmolive commercial with that, you're soaking in it. Well, I'm wearing it.
You're soaking in it.
In dishwashing liquid?
What? It's Palmolive.
I don't know, that's so old. That commercial is like so dated.
You're soaking in it. You're soaking in it. Soaking in it.
But the plastic trays over time will straighten your teeth or kind of get them to a really nice position that everybody wants. So how is it done? Well, you wait 10 weeks. You have to wear them for 10 weeks, and at the end of 10 weeks, everything is perfect, or at least better. I don't think it works miracles. I don't know. I'm at the beginning right now, so I'm kind of reviewing this this is part 1, and later on I'll do part 2, like after the 10 weeks. Or maybe once in the middle too. I don't know. Whatever I feel like. But as time goes by, the trays nudge the teeth slowly into place. It's not abrupt. Again, 10 weeks, and every week you actually use a different tray. So week 1, you have this tray, which I have in right now. 8/19 is when I started. And then week 2, I would actually take these out. These are gone forever. Throw them away. Maybe I'll keep them for a little while. I don't know what I do with them again. But yeah, week 2, I have another set of trays to go in. Week 3, week 4. That's all I have for now. I think I guess I go back to the dentist and then I get a checkup and make sure things are going along and then get the rest of the trays, I suppose. So, all right, fair enough. Or maybe to make sure I pay the rest of the money I owe. And it comes with this really nice bag. I'm not really into bags that much because I figure, what am I gonna do with it? I mean, it's nice, but when people, I don't know, the presentation's a lot, but I think, it's nice bag, has the logo. And then you get a nice little box with it. In the box, magnetically sealed edge. It's hard, you can't even find the edge to open because the logo doesn't have up or down or left or right. Nice and gold. It's got some gold. Everything's better if it has gold, right? Gold is like, and looks like a little manual. Funny thing, I've kind of left this alone. I've had it like 5 days. I've left this alone. I guess the manual gives you advice. I probably should read the manual. I think I'm going to do that. And voila, a little plastic case. It's like something you keep earbuds in, but you open it up and it is a place to keep them, so when you're like eating and stuff like that, you can keep them like clean. Yeah, pretty nice. Even comes with a little ad. Invisalign accessories. You can get more, 10% off like cleaning crystals. In fact, they give you a little box of cleaning crystals right here. And I thought, it's like, just use soap and water or just water. It's like, you don't need cleaning crystals. I mean, it's free, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna buy any more cleaning crystals. I'll tell you that. Nice, snappy shut. So again, the impetus for me to get these, again, wasn't for the review, sorry to say, I don't go that far, but it was like, I got a crown put on, I don't know, about 1.5 years ago, something at a time around that, and there was like a little space, it's like between two and 3, I guess. One would have been the wisdom tooth, but it's gone now. So there's a little space between it, and just when you eat food, just like steak, it's like you gotta floss like after every bite, it seems like. So that kind of bugged me, and I know the dentist didn't do it because they're so meticulous about when they put new crowns on, they cement them, they floss, they make sure there's no room between those teeth. So there's absolutely no way, most likely, that would have happened. So for whatever reason, my mouth decided like, okay, let's expand, let's branch out a little, push out and get some more space. Well, that's kind of a problem because I don't want that space, and the only way to fix it is get another crown and rip off the wood. That just seems crazy to do that. Or B, use the Invisalign process, which I was thinking about doing anyway because I got another tooth that's like, you could, again, I think they're in pretty good shape, but they could be in a little bit better shape. And the thing about it is teeth just, over time, they like to branch out, they like to go their own way. You can go your own way. And it's like, there's nothing you can do to prevent that except for stuff like this. So it doesn't matter if you brush every day and you floss every day. Well, you should be doing that anyway. But you can take perfect care of your teeth, and it's still going to happen. So now there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's cosmetic mainly. I mean, unless the teeth goes at an angle where food is going to like crush it. But yeah, it's cosmetic, so it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be this way. But we smile, everybody sees it. Why not? If you can do something about it, I figured, why not? I'll do something about it. And I am glad this came along because I'd probably never do braces. I just wouldn't want those things permanently in my mouth. I guess I do inner braces now or something. I don't even know. I never had braces, and I probably never will. These are like braces. They're just plastic, and they're kind of cool. Yeah, so what happened was, I think my dentist might have talked about it a while ago, like years ago, when I had some work done, and at the time I said, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind checking that out, and she kind of said, well, look, why don't you take some time, because you just had this work done, and let your mouth, because you don't want to go into this big, long commitment right away. So I thought, oh, okay, so I'll wait. So I went back for a cleaning, and afterwards I said, hey, I'd like to try the Invisalign. And she said, okay, and I wrote this thing down, go to this place. I just walked over, they're all the offices are in the same little area, and I just said, hey, I need some photos taken. So what happens was, and I didn't even research this at all. It's like, this is how the amount of trust I have is like in things like dentists and things like that, doctors. It's like, okay, whatever you recommend, I'll just do. Because normally, even if it's like a $5 headphone or something like that, I'm going to be researching for 20 hours. No, whatever. And they said, okay, here, first of all, payment of almost $300. Like, whoa, what am I getting for $300? And well, you get a series of pictures taken. So I don't even know if they did any molds. I can't remember if they did molds or not. I know a lot of photos, but did they do molds? Maybe they did. I don't even know. I think they might have. So anyway, I just was thinking about that today. Did they do molds? I'm thinking you'd have to have molds to know. Actually, I guess you wouldn't. Because you want to go where your teeth want to end up, not where they're at. So I don't know. Anyway, the whole point is they take photos. So the guy's got a camera up, and you have to open your mouth and use these pry bars, and even put a mirror, and you feel like gagging half the time. It was very uncomfortable. I mean, it wasn't horrific, but it's very uncomfortable. So yeah, you kind of pull your teeth open because they need to get good pictures. So they take a bunch of pictures, and that's it. You're done. Well, what happens later is the dentist calls and says, come on down. Well, you make an appointment because it takes forever these days with the whole COVID thing, and they're all so backed up. Different story. Anyway, I finally had my appointment. I went down there, and I didn't know what to expect. I had zero, I don't know, am I getting the things today? Am I getting measured? Or I don't know what's going on. So I figured, okay, I'll find out. This is why I'm doing the video, so you won't have to be surprised. I even had one last meal just in case. I don't know what I'm going to eat again. Anyway, you do that before you get some major dental work done because you don't know how long you're not going to be able to eat. Now, the most startling thing I think that kind of surprised me that I kind of wasn't expecting was the nubs or notches. I think no notches would go in. Nubs kind of go out. So what they do is kind of glue on these little holding nubs around your teeth in different places, and it keeps the thing more secure so they don't kind of start going up on you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it kind of to have little extra beady little nubs on your teeth are very, they look like little warts on your teeth. It's you're killing my teeth, because those are going to be there a long, 10 weeks. They'll be done after 10 weeks. They grind them off and polish them down so they're gone. But for 10 weeks, these little nubs. So even when you take the braces off, you got these little bumps around your teeth. That part I didn't expect. But again, zero research. Why would I expect anything like that? Okay, go to this current situation. I'm on day 6 now. So I've got tomorrow and the next day, and then I switch on to the next pack. So I can kind of give, I was going to do this at the very beginning, but I thought I'm kind of glad I waited because now I know at least after a week how things are, how I'm feeling, that kind of thing. You get used to it, I guess, is the biggest thing. At first, it's you get home and you think, what have I done? What have I done? I'm going to commit to these things. But you realize, on the other hand, it's kind of cool to have be one step into a 10-week journey. So, I mean, it's that old proverb, a 10,000-mile journey begins with a single step. And it's nice to be one step in. So I think a step for me is a day. So it's nice to be 6 days in. Now it's out of 70, so yeah, there's a lot more to go. But at least I'm almost done with 1/10. So that's kind of cool. The same thing I do when I'm jogging 20 miles. But yeah, wearing them, you're supposed to wear them at least 22 out of 24 hours a day. So yeah, sleeping, and the only time you take them off is when you're eating. So you take them off and then you eat, and then back they go. It's the only time they're off. Now you can drink when they're off, but you can't eat. And if you drink, don't be drinking like wine or whatever, because then you can get the wine into things and then they'll get a stain. And that's another thing. I can't really do any teeth whitening until it's done. And at night, you kind of forget about them entirely. It's like once you go to sleep, and then it's like they don't disturb sleep at all. You wake up and you don't even like realize for a while. It's like, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, it definitely doesn't affect. I don't think it affects sleep at all. If anything, sometimes I might bite down too hard. Like, oh, there's something in my mouth. Now people have asked, is there any pain? No, not outright pain. There can be discomfort. There's like the tiny bit of discomfort when you're wearing, especially on the first day. But that goes away pretty fast. It's like pressure. You feel a little bit of pressure. That's you just have to get used to. It's like I'm always feeling like there's plastic in my mouth. I guess that never goes away, especially when you start talking. Then you definitely notice it. But you get used to that. But again, no real pain. When you take them off, especially, it seems like it's the first few days when you. And I'm guessing it's just going to be during each tray, the first few days are the most shocking to the teeth. That's when you take them off, and they can be sensitive to when you're like eating or using your incisors, especially because one of my movements has got to be with an incisor. So yeah, it sort of seems like a little sensitive, and it goes away. It's not that bad. It's not painful. It's just a little bit of discomfort. And yeah, it's a commitment. It's like, it's not that much different than, how to wear a cast or a brace or something. You just gotta, it's just part of your daily routine. And it kind of reminds me, never mind, coming to that. Biggest thing I think is eating. Eating has changed so much because the dentist told me in the beginning, it's like you can't be snacking. And I go, well, that's what I do. It's like, I don't ever eat meals. I just eat snacks all day. Once in a while, if I'm going out with friends, yeah, I'll eat a meal. But most of the time, I'm just snacking. And yeah, that radically changed my entire life. It's like not even hyperbole. My life has been changed. It's now like 1 to 2 meals a day. Yeah, sometimes it's one, like midday, just have a decent sized meal. And then I don't want to eat later because it's the amount of work. It's like taking it off, and then preparing the meal, eating the meal, and then flossing, and then brushing, and then a water pick, and then cleaning it, and then mouthwash, and then getting the trays all clean, and then putting them back in again. So much work. It's just easier not to eat. But no, you can't do that because you'll die. But that has totally changed my life. And if anything, yeah, definitely. It's hard to get enough calories in a day because it's too much work to eat. And the other thing is, like for me, I'm kind of like do calorie tracking too. So now it makes it extremely easy to do the tracking because I don't have to do it like 2 times, like 1 meal or 2 meals, and then I'm done. Now later on in the day, I might have like, especially later at night, I might have a beer or some wine. For that, you gotta pour the beer into a glass and use a straw. So I guess the first thing to say is get straws. Get a lot of straws, or recyclable straws, or reusable. But yeah, you don't want to be drinking wine from a glass or anything colored from a glass. Even like sort of my like dyed water drinks, or Mio water, whatever, Crystal Light. I pour that and drink that out of a straw. So you don't want like dyed fluids to go in the trays and sit there in your mouth and dye your teeth like pink. Now I get asked about the cost. I guess I don't remember. I think it was like $3,000 to $4,000. And then my insurance, I guess I got a great dental and they were going to pay half of that. So it's like, all right, because it seems like they usually don't pay for cosmetic things, but maybe in some ways this does keep your teeth in good shape. So it's better it's healthier, I guess. So yeah, and then they knocked it down. So in the end, I'm not really paying that much at all. Although I actually would have paid the full price if no one covered in, but you know what? I want to invest in my future. So yeah, but luckily I didn't have to. So the cost is going to vary, but yeah, definitely check your insurance because who knows, maybe they're going to cover half of it or more. And finally, I think most importantly is to have to consider this is a lifetime commitment. Now these trays, again, 10 weeks, not too bad. I can get through that. But then my dentist said at the end, it's going to be a retainer every night for life. It's nice to be done with something. And I don't like having to take on any extra tasks, but in reality, what can you do? So yeah, every night when you go to bed, you put the retainer in, and I imagine it's just another plastic tray. But at least the nubs are gone, so it slides in and off much more, because this takes a little bit of work to get on and off. I mean, it's not like you just can't slide it on and right off easily. It's just, it takes some finessing to get it on and off. Not too bad, but it's just not like I go like that and it's off. It takes some work. But yeah, the The retainer was something I really kind of disliked knowing, but you know, it's kind of like, I look at it like this, like glasses. It's like, yeah, it sucks when it happens. You start needing glasses, you're going to need them for life. But on the other hand, yeah, well, we don't have a choice. It's like, you know, just you either do it. Now, I don't need them for like regular day to day. They're just reading glasses, but it's like there's no choice. It's like that's just the way it's going to have to be if I want to be able to like see clearly. So if I want my teeth to be perfect and not like, again, the rest of their life, the teeth naturally are just going to want to go their own direction. So it would be a shame to go through all this, not use a retainer, and then in a year have it all come back again, because it seemed like when that one crown moved, that was fast. That was like scary fast. So yeah, nothing you could do about that. And I thought about, well, what if I just wore the retainer once a week or twice? I don't know. I was trying to think of other things, but I think it's best to use as directed in this kind of thing, because yeah, you don't want to have to go back to the beginning of this. Once I go through this, I want to be done for life. So I'm going to follow the directions and not like have them say, yeah, back to day one, back to that first step. That would not be fun. So anyway, yeah, I think, again, this is the beginning, and I don't know how it'll be in a few months, but I'm guessing it'll probably be pretty close to the same. It's interesting to see, like, the difference. I have actually taken a few photos so I can kind of, like, check it out myself, and of course the dentist has the photos too, so maybe I can get copies of that. So cool stuff. Fun time. So Invisalign, check it out. Ask for it by name.